Everyone I love dies. I found out why too late. I've buried 6 people I loved in 15 years. I thought I was cursed. My first girlfriend died when I was 19. We'd been together for 8 months when she started getting tired all the time, and then came the bruising and the weight loss and the organ failure that doctors couldn't explain. She was dead within 6 weeks of her first symptom. 8 months later, my best friend started showing the same symptoms, and he was dead within 2 months. Then my mom got sick the same way, and then my college roommate. I stopped getting close to people after that because I was convinced that proximity to me was a death sentence. When I met my wife, I knew I couldn't stay away from her completely, but I could keep my distance. I slept in a separate bedroom. I never held her for more than a few seconds. We were intimate occasionally, but I always pulled away from her immediately afterward, and I never stayed the night in her bed. She thought I was cold and emotionally unavailable, and we fought about it constantly. "Why won't you just hold me?" she asked one night, crying. "We just made love and you're already out the door. What is wrong with you?" "I can't explain it. Try. You'll think I'm crazy." "I already think you're crazy. I think I married a man who doesn't know how to love another person." "That's not it." "Then what? Why do you treat me like a stranger? Why have you never once told me you love me?" I couldn't answer her. I just walked back to my bedroom and closed the door. Then our daughter was born and everything changed. I looked at that tiny face and I couldn't keep my distance. She was my little girl. I held her every single night and read to her for hours and told her I loved her 100 times a day. I gave her everything I had denied my wife for 6 years. "You hold her more in one day than you've held me in our entire marriage," my wife said. "Why can you let her in but not me? She's my daughter, and I'm your wife. Do you have any idea how much it hurts to watch you love her the way I've been begging you to love me?" I didn't have an answer. My daughter turned 5 and she started getting tired all the time, and then came the bruising and then came the weight loss. I knew the symptoms by heart, and I knew what was coming, and I couldn't stop it. I took her to the hospital and begged the doctors to figure out what was wrong with her. They ran every test they could think of and came back confused because her organs were failing and they didn't know why. She got worse every day while I sat by her bed and held her hand and watched her slip away. A specialist finally came in with questions. "Your daughter has a rare parasitic infection usually found in West Africa. Have you ever traveled to that region?" I went cold. "I did a church mission trip to Sierra Leone when I was 18, 6 months before my first girlfriend got sick." "We need to test you," the specialist said. "There's a possibility you're an asymptomatic carrier." The test came back positive. I had been carrying this parasite in my body for 17 years, and it spreads through prolonged, close physical contact, like sharing a bed or holding someone for hours. The kind of intimacy you have with people you love. Every person I had ever loved died because I infected them. "Can you save her?" I asked. "The damage to her organs is too extensive. If we had caught it 6 months ago, we might have had a chance, but now there's nothing we can do." I held my daughter in that hospital bed and begged her to hold on. "Daddy's so sorry, baby." "Daddy didn't know. I didn't know I was hurting you. I love you so much, and that's why this happened to you, and I'm so sorry." She was too weak to respond. She just looked at me with those big eyes, and I watched the life drain out of them. She died at 3:47 in the morning while I was still holding her. The doctor came in an hour later with my wife's test results. "Your wife is negative. She's not infected." "How is that possible? We've been married for 6 years." "The infection requires sustained close physical contact, prolonged embracing, sleeping in the same bed through the night. Brief encounters wouldn't transmit it." "Did you maintain physical distance from your wife?" I started laughing and I couldn't stop. My wife was standing in the doorway and she heard everything. "You kept your distance from me because you thought you'd kill me," she said slowly, "and you were right. I didn't know why. I just knew everyone I loved died. I thought if I kept you at arm's length you'd be safe. You saved my life by being a terrible husband." "Yes. And you killed our daughter by being a good father." "I had loved my daughter the way I should have loved my wife, and it killed her. I had treated my wife like a stranger for 6 years, and that's the only reason she was still breathing. I kept my distance from my wife for 6 years, and she hated me for it. When I served her with divorce papers, she thanked me."